Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome back to another video. So in this video we'll try and go back where we left off, right at the exploration of the back ends or the back roads of where exactly that disaster occurred 6 years ago. Where that disaster occurred 6 years ago at the Motome community, but here is a different angle or a different entry point of exactly that community. So let me just pan around so you guys know exactly where we are. So right there is the main IMAT road, or the main Regent Peninsula Highway, as we are at the IMAT community, but that particular junction is called Mansion, and there is exactly where I am. But as you go further down or deep into the community, this particular community that is located inside this particular main dusty road is the Gbangbanyilla community, and there is exactly where I want us to focus in this particular video, because there is also a way or a link that directly leads, or there is a way that leads from this particular area, from that particular area, which is the Gbangbanyilla community, all the way to the Regent Road community at Lumley. So let me just pan the camera around so you guys know exactly where we are. And I decided to start this video at this particular point because there is a security installation somewhere at that particular junction. But let me just zoom in and try and show you guys exactly. So right there, as you guys are seeing, is some parts of the South Ridge, or some parts of the back ends of the hill station community that I promised you guys that we'll do a particular video of, but we are yet to do that particular video. But there is a view from this particular side all the way over there. Those are some sections of the South Ridge community. But again, let us start the video and try and see how far we'll be able to go with this particular video. So again, just like I initially told you guys, I started the vlog right where I started because I had wanted to begin at the junction so you guys will have recognized that particular road, which is the main IMAT road, or the main Regent Road. But the if I can say, the Minister of Defense of the Republic, I think his residence is somewhere around that particular side, so I decided to push further off from that particular area, as there was some amount of manned guard around that particular side. So I decided to not start there. But again, let me just stand here so we'll know exactly where we came from. So here is exactly where we came from. So there is Mansion Junction, and this is exactly where we are at the Gbangbanyilla community. So just to let you guys know, this particular community is directly, or there is a road that directly links this particular community or the other areas that are located around this particular area. It links to communities such as the Lumley community, and also I definitely know that this particular way, or this particular road, links also to that of the Spurwood community, because there is a back road. And I don't know if most of you guys have watched the video that I did of the Motome community, where I was using that particular back end, or that particular back road, just so as to be able to go very, very far. And if possible, that particular road is exactly the route I want to take with this particular video. But as we go along, maybe we'll try and see exactly how things are as we continue, because this vlog, I definitely do not know exactly how it will pan out, because this particular area is a very huge area and there are a lot of intersections and a lot of diversions. But as we go along, or as we get more deeper into the Gbangbanyilla community, we'll try and see how best we'll be able to capture as much of it as possible, because it is a very large community, and I think it is divided into two phases, as one of the locals or the inhabitants of this particular area was trying to tell me. So this is Mustafa Drive, it goes all the way inside there. I was speaking to one of the locals, and he was trying to tell me that this particular side, or this first phase, as you guys are saying, it is Gbangbanyilla phase 1, and there is also the Gbangbanyilla phase 2, which is the more inner parts, or the more inner sections, that is very close to the mountain areas. But let us just try and see exactly how that will be. And I definitely know that you guys by now have noticed that this particular road is under construction, as you guys are seeing it. That particular side has already been demarcated, and of course this is the drainage system that I'm working on. I think it goes all the way inside, but just picture exactly if this particular road is completed, how cool this particular community will be. But let us leave that for now and try to see how far or how much we'll be able to capture of exactly how this particular community has changed over the years. But again, we're about to make a bend, so let me just take you guys back. So that is exactly where we came from, as we made a bend, and we're also about to make another bend, so you guys know exactly how things are. So there is Mustafa Drive. I just showed it to you guys as we continue to push the video. So just like I was saying, it is a very quiet, a very serene community, comparable to that of the Motome community. But this is the phase 1, just like I showed you guys. And of course, just to recap, we started at the junction, and that particular junction is called Mansion. That is the name that is given to the junction. But as you get deeper, or at this particular side or this particular section, it is the Gbangbanyilla community, which is located at IMAT, one of the intersections. And this particular way, you can also use this way to try and locate that of the Motome community, just like I initially told you guys. So that is the other side, or the other angle of that very nice building called the Summit that I showed you guys when I did an exploration of this main IMAT way, or this main IMAT Regent highway. That particular building that has the supermarket downstairs, of course. And of course, here is exactly where we are, and we came right from there, as this is exactly where we are as we continue to push the video. So again, still on the developmental side, this particular community is still undergoing changes, as you guys are seeing it, as this particular road, yes boss, fine, this particular road is not paved yet, but you definitely tell that it is being considered as the drainages. And of course, I keep repeating that, and these other various demarcations that are supposed to be placed on the road are there as we continue. So again, the reason or the focus for this particular video is just to try and show you guys exactly how things are at this other side, or at this particular side, as of course we're about to make another bend. We came right from there, as you guys are seeing, as we continue, as if possible I'll try and see if we'll be able to locate that particular road that we used the last time that we did an exploration of the Motome community, as that particular road will definitely try and take us very far. So this is Din Drive. It goes all the way down there, and check the view from this particular side all the way down that particular area. As you guys are seeing the view from this particular angle, but let us just continue. So just like I initially told you guys, there is a lot to see, and talking about the construction of the road, because this is the main road that leads to these various areas or these various drives and lanes that are around the Gbangbanyilla community. But these are the heavy machinery or the heavy equipment that are located. Hello. Fine. These are the heavy equipment or the heavy machinery that I think are involved in the road construction. But again, we'll stand here as we'll try and do a 360 of this entire area, so you guys definitely have an idea of exactly how things are at this particular side or at the Gbangbanyilla community. So just to let you guys know, I definitely do not know exactly where the phase 1 or the phase 2 starts, or where one starts or where the other ends, but we'll try as much as we can just to try and highlight exactly when we started one, or where one particular phase starts and where the other one ends. But for now, this is it, as we'll try and use this road, as there are various ways, or there are various entry points that leads to this particular community. So as you guys are seeing it, for this particular side, some areas are paved, as you guys are seeing it, or some areas have already or are starting to be paved right there, this particular side. But it is only this side that we used, or this particular side that we came from, that is still not paved yet. But again, we will try and see, I will try and go as further as we can, so as to locate exactly where we stopped the last time, and then try and take the video from that particular point and try to explore these back roads all the way, if possible, to the Regent Road or the Lumley community. But we are not there yet. And of course, just taking you guys back, we've just made a bend, so just to let you guys know, that is exactly where we came from. Where exactly that bike is going is exactly where we came from. But as you guys are seeing it, the road is under construction, as this particular side as is being paved, but these other parts are not, as we continue to push the video further and further. So bear with me, and of course, welcome. I forgot to welcome you guys, and thank you guys again for coming along, and hopefully we'll try and see exactly how this particular vlog will pan out. But there are various areas, or there are various sections that leads to different areas around this community. But let us just try and see exactly, as this is a very large community, and This is only, if I can say, the upper section. Just to let you guys know, this is the upper section, but we'll try and find a road that will directly lead us to the more inner parts or the more remote sections of this or of the Gbangbanyilla community. But again, we'll stand here just trying to take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are or where we came from. So that is exactly where we came from. This is exactly where we are as we continue to push the video. So this is a welding shop as we continue to push the video. So again, thank you guys for subscribing, for the support, and hopefully we will try and push the video so here is exactly where we are, still at the task of trying to retrace my steps, or the steps that we used the last time that we did an exploration of the other part or the other section of this particular area, which is the Motome community. But this is exactly the route that we are going to use in trying to locate that particular road that will ultimately lead us to Lumley and of course other areas which are the back roads. But let me take you guys back so at least we know exactly. So here is exactly where we came from, and of course we are back to the dirt roads or the back roads and heading down to the other parts or the other sections. But just a reminder, we started the video at Hill Station at Mansion Junction, as that is exactly where we started the video, at Mansion Junction. So we started there and we have come all the way to this particular point, and we are at the Gbangbanyilla community. So actually this upper part or this upper side exactly where we are is the phase 1, and as we go deeper or as we go to the more remote parts or the areas that are very, very close to the mountains, such as areas that are down there, let me just try and zoom in for you guys, areas that are down there, although not on that particular side, but that are very, very close to those particular areas, is exactly where the phase 2 part or the phase 2 section of the Gbangbanyilla community is, as there is exactly where these bikes are coming from. But I don't know exactly if the last video, if we came all the way to this particular point. I don't think we came all the way to this particular point during the last video, but this is all just to show you guys that most of these roads are remote, except for the main road that leads to these various areas or these various sections that are located at the Gbangbanyilla community. So taking you guys back, we came all the way from there. There is exactly where we came from that particular junction, and we are still at the phase 1 of the Gbangbanyilla community, trying to go deep down so as to try and locate that particular side or that particular area. So I definitely know that you guys are recognizing or are seeing that this particular road is cemented or this is concrete, not tar. So that is just an indication that maybe this particular road is an individual effort from some of the inhabitants that are located around here. But we are here as we continue. Again, a recap, we are at the Gbangbanyilla community, so phase 1, as we are still at phase 1, but we are definitely trying to locate the second phase or the phase 2 part of this particular area or this particular community. So this is Dr. Samoa Drive. This is the route that we are going to use and ultimately try as much as we can in pushing or trying to locate these old back roads so as to continue with the exploration all the way to that of Lumley. So again, I'll just stand here, take you guys back. So that is the drive where exactly we came from, and of course we've just entered Dr. Samoa Drive, and here is exactly where we are. We are still trying to locate the back road. So from that particular road we'll take it from there and then go all the way through, but we are still here. So I definitely know that you guys by now will have recognized some of these buildings, as here is exactly where we stopped during the last video, or the last video that we did of the exploration of the Motome community. But we are still here, still trying to locate that particular road that we used. I definitely know that this or there is exactly the road that we used, but I think you guys definitely know, for some of you guys that watched the video up to the end, that coming from this particular angle is more easy. Going down is easy, but coming up is the very difficult task. But we are here. So I guess by now you guys will definitely know that we are leaving the phase 1 section of the Gbangbanyilla community. So you definitely know that some of these communities, some of these roads that lead to these communities are intertwined, or they are joined, or they are very connected, as this particular route, this one that I'm about to show you, is exactly the route that we used during the last video. So here is exactly where we are. We came all the way from that particular side, and here is exactly where we are, still at phase 1 of the Gbangbanyilla community. But we are definitely leaving the phase 1 and approaching the phase 2 part, or the phase 2 section of the Gbangbanyilla community. But just to let you guys know, so this is the back road, or this is the way that we used the last time to to explore the Motome community. As if you take this particular route all the way, although the road is crooked and a bit of an adventure, but if you follow it straight through, you will definitely get to that particular area. As of course this is the route as you guys are seeing it, but we'll just take it from here and try and see exactly how far we'll be able to go. So again, this is exactly where we are, and of course this is the route that I have been looking for. So we'll use these back roads, so as just to give you guys a glimpse of this particular side. So I definitely know that by now this particular video will not be one-sided, because we started the video at the upper parts, or the upper section of the Gbangbanyilla community, but now we are at this particular side, or this particular area. So again, let me take you guys back. So that is exactly where we came from. This is the route, but if you take this road directly, I keep repeating myself, if you take this road directly and go and follow it all the way, you definitely get to the Motome community. But this is exactly the route that we are going to use, and here is exactly where we are, still exploring these back roads just to try and show you guys that there is a whole new community or a whole new side besides that upper part of the phase 1 section of the Gbangbanyilla community. So there is a drainage system right there. Just decided to show you guys, and of course that sort of a makeshift bridge right there. So in terms of constructing or trying to structure some of these areas, that is exactly some of the examples that I usually use, because without those drainage systems, and especially now that we are officially in the rainy season, it is very difficult. So let me just show you guys the view from this particular side. So take it from there. All the way, this is the view. So this is one part, and of course down that particular side is the phase 2. But as we go along, and of course right over there are some sections that are definitely not part of the Gbangbanyilla community, but as we go along I'll try to show you guys, or try and notify you guys as to some of these communities besides the Gbangbanyilla community. So this is also the other route. So this is the view. Welcome. So as we go along, we will continue to make adjustments, because some of these areas are intertwined, as there is a lot of activity and a lot of construction has happened over the years. But there is a view from this particular angle. So let me just show you the view from this particular side. But again, we've made a bend. We came all the way from that particular side right there, as you guys are seeing it. And of course, this is the route that we are going to use. But just a reminder, we are still at the Gbangbanyilla community phase 2, although this is the part, or this is the section that we are going to use. So that is the view from other part of the western part of the country. If I can say, Lumley specifically is one of the communities that you definitely see standing from there. But of course we are still at the Gbangbanyilla community, and I definitely know that when the video that I posted of if I can recall, the Pentagon community, I showed you guys that upper part, or that upper section that I told you guys is some section of the Gbangbanyilla community. So hopefully we'll try and see if we'll be able to use that particular route. That this is Dean Rogers Drive, it goes all the way there, as you guys know, and we continue. So we are still at the Gbangbanyilla community, but I definitely know that it stops somewhere down there, and from that particular area there is a road that will definitely lead us to some sections of the Pentagon community and also the Kamayama community. And then from there, as always, there is a road that that directly links us to the Regent Road side of the Lumley community. But we are still at the Gbangbanyilla section of the vlog, and of course don't forget to subscribe, share to as many of your contacts as possible. And of course, here is exactly where we are. We came all the way from that particular side right there, as you guys are seeing it, as we continue to push the video, still at the Gbangbanyilla community, trying to show you guys exactly how it connects, or how this particular road leads to the Pentagon community and also that of the Kamayama community. But just like I told you guys, these communities, this particular community, the Gbangbanyilla community, is a very, very large community, as it intersects with, or it joins, or it is very, very close, or shares boundaries with other communities. But as we go along, we will try as much as we can in trying to show it to you guys. Yes, boss. So welcome back. So we are at a crossroad, or a decision making point. So this particular road, as you guys are seeing it, it directly leads to Kamayama, or of course the Pentagon community. And of course there's also a way that leads us directly to that particular area also, which is the Kamayama community. But if you decide to take this particular road, there are also some sections, or this is also exactly where the Gbangbanyilla community phase 2, the other part here, is exactly where it is. So I definitely don't know exactly where or which particular road will take, but this particular area is called checkpoint. As you guys are seeing it, there is some sort of a checkpoint right there, as you guys are seeing it. But just to recap, we came right from there as we continue to push the video. But what I'll decide, we'll try and take this road direct and see how far, because we'll definitely want to see those inner parts, or those inner sections of the Gbangbanyilla community that we will miss, since we decided not to take these both left and right ways, or both left and right angles. So we'll try and go as deep as we can, so we will be able to push, or try and show you guys as much of this particular area as possible. So bear with me. And again, this is a very, very long and lengthy video. Just a recap, just to let you guys know, we came all the way from there because we're about to make a steep walk down a certain hill. But let me just try and show it to you guys, or pan the camera around. So we are still at the Gbangbanyilla community, but we are definitely leaving the Gbangbanyilla community behind and heading to the Pentagon community and some parts or some sections of the Kamayama community. But this is the route, as we are still exploring, or we are still on the exploration of these back roads, just trying to show you guys how remote some of these very, very remote parts are. So bear with me, and I definitely know that this video will be a very, very lengthy one, so bear with me, and we will definitely try and end the vlog maybe at the Pentagon community. But if we still have time, we'll push it beyond that particular video, beyond that particular point, and of course try and head for the Kamayama community. But just to show you guys that this is exactly how things are, and we are definitely taking a very, very steep hill, just to let you guys know. So we are here. So we are here trying to push it as far as we can. So again, a recap, we'll stand here, just try to take you guys back and show you guys the hilly part or the hilly section. But let me just show you guys the view from this particular side or this particular angle, as you guys are saying it, as down there is the Pentagon community. So definitely that is exactly where we'll stop the video, but we'll try and see how far we will be able to go, just so as to show you guys exactly how things are. So we are here, that is exactly where we came from, as you guys are seeing, and we definitely are very close to the end of the video. So bear with me, as today again we are at the remote parts, just to let you guys know. And again, thank you guys for coming along and bear with me. So again, just a recap, this particular video is definitely, or we definitely did not capture a lot or all of the sections or all of the areas that are located at the Gbangbanyilla community, but I definitely know that if possible this particular video will be a part 2 to that video that I posted of the Motome community, as we've already done an exploration of that particular side. So this is exactly this particular side or this particular area. So this is the view from this particular angle. Let me just try and zoom it as much as possible and give you guys the view of things from here. As so there is exactly where we are. We came all the way from there through those back roads right there, and that is where right there that we came from. But this is exactly where we are, but we are coming very close to the end of the video, and hopefully, thank you guys if you guys continue to bear with me, as we still have a lot to see. Yeah, man. So we are here, and this is exactly where we are. So as you guys are seeing it, and of course talking about the drainage systems, these are some of the signs. It is the rainy season, and you definitely know that this is a waterway, and why you definitely know that the water carved this particular way out so as for it to move freely, because there is no sort of a drainage system that is present. So hence that particular issue. But this is exactly where we are, but we still have a few more minutes to go, as here is exactly where we are as we continue to push our way forward all the way down there. But this is the view from that particular area, from the Pentagon community right down there, which of course we've definitely done an exploration of, as we continue to push and come to the end of the video. So this is this particular area, and bear with me as we still have a few more minutes to go. So again, just to recap where exactly we've been zigzagging, if I can say that. We started the video at Mansion Junction, walked our way through Gbangbanyilla phase 1 or section 1. We've come all the way to the second part or the second section. We have made our way to that particular area, although we definitely did not have or did not capture all of that particular angle, but we did our best. And here is exactly, or this is the Gbangbanyilla community, just to let you guys know, as that particular road, as you guys are seeing, it is the road that leads all the way to the Lumley community. But so taking you guys back so you guys know exactly how we have walked. So we came all the way from there, and of course this particular drainage issue, it continues all the way down there as we continue to push the video, and it goes all the way there. So here is exactly where we'll end today's video, but let me just pan the camera around so you guys know exactly how things are as we continue. So right over there, as you guys, if you can definitely see, that is the crime scene, as I usually call it, as there is exactly where that disaster happened. Some parts or some sections of the Motomek community, and of course right down there is the Pentagon community as we continue to push the video. And of course all those other areas are parts of the Pentagon community, and also the Kamayama community as we continue to push, or we come to the end of the video. So this is all we'll have time for, and hopefully we'll try again and try and come to this particular part or particular section. But thank you guys. But come on. So we are here. I have just decided to try and give you guys a few more footage, or a few more minutes of the upper parts of this particular area, which is, if I can say, the boundary between the Pentagon community and that of the Gbangbanyilla community. But we still need a few more minutes, so as just to try and push the video and get some sort of a view, so you guys will see exactly how things are, as I am deciding to pan the camera around somewhere down there, so you guys definitely know exactly how it is, or how the view is from this particular side. But excuse me, but bear with me as we are coming very, very close to the end of this particular vlog. So you would definitely see that some parts or some sections of this particular area, so this is the road, or this is the way that I will use in trying to go all the way down there and locating or trying to get back to Lumley. But let me just pan the camera around to some sections of the Gbangbanyilla community right up there, and of course some other sections of the Lumley and Babadori Hills, and also the Kamayama community, and also some sections of the Pentagon community as well, as we continue, or as we come to the end of this particular video. So this is all we will have time for, as there is exactly where I came from, and of course this is exactly where we'll end today's video. And thank you guys for coming along with me, and until I catch you guys again at the next one, this is the Gbangbanyilla community, or the Pentagon community. It depends on exactly what side you're standing on. So thank you guys for coming along. Peace.